computer. Hi, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Unfortunately, Facebook Live is not working, so we're going to be having the Zoom right here, just on Zoom. So take this time to go ahead and send out the link. It's moocrewzoom.com, and I actually put it in the chat so you can copy it, but it's moocrewzoom.com, and have them just join right here on our Zoom. We're going to be giving away 1 pound of colostrum tonight. This is a $153 value. And since we can't comment on the live, what I'm going to have you guys do is, if you were invited to this Zoom, I want you to comment. Hi, Cassandra. Good to see you. I want you to comment down below in the chat who invited you to the Zoom. Okay. Go ahead and comment who invited you to this Zoom. And we can't share the live. We can't put hashtag live or replay or any of that. So comment who invited you. I will go through the comments before we get off, and I will select a winner. Just tonight, we'll just do, I'll pull up the wheel of names when we're done, and we'll just do it right here on Zoom since I can't go live, okay? Jennifer Floyd, wonderful. So if one of my co-hosts can kind of keep track of the people that are commenting who invited them, that would be so helpful, and I'll try to do it as well. Okay, great. So thank you for joining. Wendy, if you'll go ahead and hit your screen share. Wendy's going to be presenting for us tonight, and I have listened to this presentation before. She's absolutely amazing. She is certified in sports nutrition, and do you got your screen up? Okay, there we go. Perfect. And okay. And do you have a second slide there? Can everybody see the slides okay? Let me just ask, thumbs up, somebody, Kaylee or somebody that I can see. Can y'all see the slides?
I can see it. I can see it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So Wendy is going to be presenting tonight on Colostrum 101. But first, we need to let you know, nothing that you hear on this call is construed as medical advice. We are not doctors. And anything you hear is not designed to diagnose, treat, prevent, or cure any disease. We are going to be educating on colostrum. So I'm so excited for that. Next slide. And Wendy is our amazing presenter, and I'm so glad you have this slide, Wendy, because I was trying to remember everything on it. So Wendy is a great educator. She's a certified nutritionist, certified in sports medicine, a servant leader, great educator. She's also a gold director with our colostrum company that we're with. If you're interested in that, please get back with whoever invited you, and we'll show you how it works to share the love of this wonderful superfood. So without further ado, I will go ahead and turn it over to Wendy.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, Landy. Thank you so much for putting this all together for all of us to really get educated on colostrum. And before I get started with the presentation, I think it's very important to introduce our formulator. This is the founder, the CEO of Anovite, Dr. Anthony Klein-Smith, and we call him Dr. K for short. But I wanted to give you a little bit of background on him as well. That way you'll kind of see how Anovite has evolved. And he is an expert in colostrum. He has a double PhD. I know one is in nutritional science. And he's been doing colostrum for almost 35 years. He's lectured around the world. He has written some books. And he just knows everything about colostrum. His whole mission really is to help people live a healthier life. And since he's been doing this for 35 years, he has really perfected this. But I want to kind of go back, and when he was younger, one of his first jobs, he was actually working for an anti-aging company. And what he found out was one of the components that they were using was colostrum. And that intrigued him because he knew all about colostrum because he grew up on a farm. So he knew all about it. So that started him on his mission to go back to college. And this is where he earned his PhDs. And he started to collaborate and assemble some other doctors and scientists. And they worked with some laboratory facilities to research the benefits of colostrum. And what they found was there was over 172,000 scientific studies, 1,000, There's over 200,000 now, but this was back when he was doing his research. So that's what intrigued me a lot with colostrum, was the fact that there was so many studies. We're not talking about it in our health industry unless you are in the functional world, homeopathy world. Then you'll hear, colostrum being thrown around because they know how it's beneficial to the gut. But in our Western medicine, we don't talk about it. And there's a reason for that. It's because you cannot patent something that comes from nature. You cannot replicate it. So in their eyes, they need to come up with a different version. But unfortunately, those versions are not the healthiest versions for us. So with him starting his own company and started Immune Tree, where he was in over 3,000 health food stores. And if you know anything about the supplement industry, there's not a lot of regulations. And without that, anybody, I like to say Tom, Dick, and Harry, can sell supplements retail online. And you have to understand, if you're buying supplements, most of those, over 95% of those, are synthetics. And I'll talk about that in just a second. But as he was in the retail part of it, he didn't really get to know his customers that were buying his colostrum. And there was also some things going on in that industry that he didn't agree with. And the one thing about Dr. K is that he never wanted to deviate from what God has created for every mammal on the planet. He wanted to keep it as pure as it could be. So with that being said, he decided to pull out of the health food industry and then form Anovite, which is more of the wholesale. So this allows him to know his customers. This allows him to hear the stories and testimonies of people healing, because you're directly buying from him, from Anovite, not just a random health food store. Now, I kind of want to go back to the synthetics because I need everyone to know this. When you are buying anything on Amazon, you have to understand that we have other countries, and I'll name one, China, that actually is replicating companies here in the US. Their packaging, their verbiage looks identical, and it gets shipped to Amazon. And you don't know, because it's in a big bin that's getting, when you order, it's tossed out, shipped out, but you don't know if you're getting one that is actually coming from the company itself or if it's coming from China that's been replicated. And I know people want to save on shipping, but please, when it comes to your health, shipping should not matter. Buy something else where you're going to, save on that shipping. It's critical that you go directly to those companies themselves to order whatever that supplement is. So I just don't recommend anything on Amazon that you're going to be ingesting. And with the industry of synthetics, I want you to know the importance of, if you are taking a synthetic supplement, 95% of those are actually synthetics. And that is not good for our bodies. Your body recognizes proteins, fats, carbs, fiber from the foods that we eat. But unfortunately, with the synthetics, the body doesn't recognize it. So when it actually gets to the stomach, the acid crystallizes it. So I want you to imagine what crystallized looks like, something jagged and not smooth. So as it moves through
Wendy,
your gut terrain. Yes, ma'am.
Wendy, sorry to interrupt. Do you know we're still on the Dr. K slide?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. Okay.
Yep. We're not to the presentation yet.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
But anyways, when it moves through your system, it's actually creating tiny perforated holes through your digestive lining. And this is what they call leaky gut syndrome. And the problem with this is, as your lymphatic system is collecting all the gook that needs to come out of the body, it's actually now being released into your body, getting into the bloodstream, recirculating. And now this is where people become sick. Maybe you start getting arthritis. Maybe you don't have any more energy. Could create an autoimmune disease. So those are some of the side effects that you'll start feeling. The beautiful thing is your body's amazing and you can actually heal the leaky gut. Now, a lot of times you'll hear the terms, well, the body's attacking itself when you have leaky gut. It's not the body attacking itself. Your body would never attack itself. What it's doing is attacking what it knows is foreign and it's in the wrong place. So it's trying to get rid of it. But you can't get rid of it unless you heal that gut. You create balance in the microbiome in your gut. And that's what one of the many benefits that colostrum can bring. I want to talk about how important it is to realize with colostrum the concentration of immune and growth factors, the antibodies. This is stuff that cannot be replicated because this all comes from nature. When you buy a conventional supplement, it often targets isolated symptoms, while colostrum actually targets all 13 systems in the body, and I'll go through those 13 systems. But synergistically, it does this. So you also have what's called interconnective system. So you've got your brain and gut connection. And Dr. Ivy is going to go into a lot more detail with that next week. But we've always said we have brain number 1, and then your gut is brain number 2, and they are constantly communicating with each other. If the gut is happy, the brain is healthy. The rest of your body's healthy. If the gut is unhealthy, the brain's unhealthy, and so on with the rest of your body. But Dr. K has the only certified 6-hour colostrum in the world. And this is important because potency matters and timing matters. So colostrum is biologically complete. There isn't anything that you can take that is more biologically complete than colostrum. I want to talk about, you can supplement all day long. You can take 15 to 20 different supplements, but if your foundation is not healthy, which is your gut, it doesn't matter how many supplements that you take. Your foundation starts in the gut. It's your gut is more than just digestion. And I think that's what a lot of people just think, oh, it's just digesting my food. But it controls your immune regulation. It controls inflammation, your metabolism to help you burn fat, your mood, your energy, how your body absorbs nutrients. If your body doesn't absorb nutrients from the food you eat, guess what? Your systems are not getting what they need. It also helps with cellular renewal. This is critical in prevention of cancer. So with this foundation, my husband and I own a foundation, well, actually a waterproofing company, but we work in crawl spaces and basements every single day. So we're looking at those foundations. So we understand that what's going on underneath your house, that foundation is not on par. Guess what? That affects your entire house. So I want you to think of your gut as that foundation of your home. And then the rest of your body is the house. So you have to make sure that foundation, there's no damage, making it balanced. That way the rest of your house is in balance. So to get started, one of the first questions, and I found this really interesting because I've done some workshops here locally, and what I have found that even women that have had children didn't even know what colostrum was. So I found that intriguing. It's because we don't talk about it in our medical system. But colostrum is the pre-milk fluid produced within the body of the cow 4 to 6 weeks prior to birth and is released to the mother's mammary glands during the first few hours after birth. 72 hours after birth for human mothers, 0 to 6 hours for bovine mothers. It provides over 700 life-supporting immune, essential, and growth factors that ensure the health and vitality of the newborns. So why do I need colostrum as an adult? Research has shown that once we pass puberty, our bodies gradually produce less of the immune and growth factors that help our bodies fight off disease and heal damaged body tissue. With that loss of these vital components, we age and then we die. We become more vulnerable to disease, our energy levels and enthusiasm lessens, our skin loses its elasticity, and we gain unwanted weight and we lose that muscle tone. This health problem is further compounded because we live in a toxic environment with pollutants and allergens all around us. This is our food, our water, our air. Colostrum is the only source of these life-giving components, the actual immune factors, and all of our body's growth factors, which are your anti-aging factors, and a perfect combination as nature has intended. Studies have revealed the importance of colostrum in our society. During the 50s and 60s, many doctors recommended against breastfeeding. Thus, many babies during this period never got the natural initial boost to immune and digestive systems that colostrum provides. Those studies showed that adults that were not breastfed as children experienced some of the following difficulties: high blood pressure, high cholesterol levels, immune deficiencies, and a higher propensity of disease. Moreover, adults that were breastfed as children had lower susceptibility to many autoimmune-related diseases. And we know through a lot of the studies that we saw with children that were breastfed, they were healthier children, healthier teens, and they've been healthier adults. And research has shown that colostrum has powerful natural growth and immune factors that bring the body to a state of homeostasis. This is the body's powerful, vital, natural state of health and well-being. Colostrum helps support a healthy immune system. It also enables us to resist that harmful effects of pollutants, contaminants, and allergens. In addition, the growth factors in colostrum help create many of the positive side effects of a healthy organism, such as enhanced ability to metabolize or burn fat, greater ease in building lean muscle mass, and enhanced rejuvenation of skin, muscle, and organs. Colostrum offers the broadest possible spectrum of biologically active substances that promote the development of a sound body. It supports an effective and efficient metabolism and supports the activation and maintenance of a fully functional immune system, capable of combating those potential insults from microorganisms and other harmful sources that we're exposed to. Now, I want to talk about the thymus gland, which is a very large organ when we are born. And as you can see in the picture, newborn and adult, it is one of the biggest organs when we are born. And without getting into too much detail, this is where your immune system is. The T cells are created. And this is so vital when we're young. But as we're aging, as you can see with the orange 0 to 20, that's about the size of your thymus gland. Then as we age 30 years, it's about the size of a plum, 45 an olive. And as you keep aging, eventually it's just a piece of string. So this is critical with your immune system in fighting viruses, bacterial diseases. And as we age, this is why as we get older, we get these different diseases. We get cancer when we're older because our immune system is not what it used to be when we're young. So colostrum gives you those immune factors to help boost your immune system. And you should be doing other things, also to help boost your immune system. So how safe is colostrum? Colostrum is a food. It can be consumed in any quantity without side effects or drug interactions. Why bovine colostrum? Scientific research conducted in the last decade in major medical research centers and universities throughout the world have shown that the molecular combination of the immune and growth factors in cows' colostrums are identical to human. Research has also shown colostrum from bovine is not species specific, so it means it's universal, and it's up to 100 to 1,000 times more potent than any mother's colostrum. This means that every mammal on Earth can benefit from bovine colostrum. What is chymosin, and what does it do? Chymosin is a natural coating, which is also known as renin. Its role in digestion is to help create a curd-like structure that forms a protective barrier against stomach acid. This is of considerable importance since the breakdown of proteins doesn't occur within the stomach due to the acids. This is like the crystallization of synthetics. If you have ever held a small baby and they have burped up on you, you have seen this cheese-like curd. This is the protective coating that allows the bioactive proteins and other constituents to bypass that stomach acid. Are the calves harmed by taking colostrum from them? The calves' needs are always met first. Extra colostrum remains after the calves' needs are satisfied, and studies show that most calves would simply die if they didn't get at least 2 quarts of colostrum. We ensure we do, and we take the remaining 4 to 8 quarts. We want to make sure they're surviving because they are the future of our colostrum. So why can't I get raw colostrum from my farmer? You can, but raw colostrum differs from processed colostrum because it contains immune factors from just one parent. Processed colostrum is beneficial because it is pooled from hundreds and sometimes thousands of cows that provide a broad-based immune factors. I'm a vegetarian. Can I eat colostrum? The Rishi's vegan diet has included colostrum for thousands of years. Today in India, the milkman delivers colostrum to the wealthy. Colostrum is really neither animal nor vegetable, but it is a unique substance in a class of its own. I am lactose intolerant. Can I use colostrum? Colostrum is the pre-milk fluid produced by the mammalian mothers prior to birth. It is not milk. Colostrum contains almost no lactose, so those that are lactose intolerant should have no problems with a high-quality colostrum, but always speak with your physician. If concerned, you might consider taking a lactose digestive aid for the first while until the benefits of the colostrum are achieved, at which time some have reported no longer having any further lactose intolerant issues. Consumers should also make sure that products labeled colostrum are 100%, not colostrum whey or concentrates or milk whey or transitional milk, because there's a huge difference. When is colostrum collected and processed? Colostrum should be collected during the first 0 to 6 hours after birth when it contains its highest concentration of immune and growth factors and digestive inhibitors. Optimal processing of colostrum requires refrigeration, but most producers freeze the colostrum for ease in transportation. And this is where Dr. K has perfected this 6 hour. How can colostrum help me lose weight? Colostrum contains different factors that help to balance the metabolism and work on getting those different areas within the body functioning normally so that your body looks to burn the best energy source we have, and that's our fat. And that's what we're always, especially when we're aging, we're trying to burn that best source, and that's through our fat. So what about animals? Bovine colostrum is not species specific, like I mentioned earlier, and it works with cats and dogs and other mammals. I've just given you an example of a 10-pound, 1 gram, or 2 capsules you can open up and sprinkle the powder in their pet dish, but most pets actually really, really love colostrum. I know we do. So how does colostrum interact with supplements or prescription medications? Colostrum has no drug interactions, but you may experience side effects from other supplements, herbs, or medications you take. Colostrum helps the bowel heal. You may want to cut back or even rethink other herbal or nutritional supplements. Medications may need to be reevaluated for dose and need by your medical professional. And why we mention this is because colostrum is a whole food. It is a superfood. And if you're taking prescriptions that say do not take with food, then you're not going to want to take your colostrum with food, just like your medication, because it is a food. And also, once you start healing the gut, once you start balancing your microbiome, guess what happens? You start to absorb things better. Not only do you absorb your nutrients better, you're going to start absorbing your medication better. So this is how you can eventually start to cut your medications in half, maybe eventually wean yourself off of it, because now your body's doing what it actually needs to do. Now, can I give my children colostrum? That's a silly question, right? I mean, we're giving it to them when they're born. Yes, there is no indications with colostrum. However, we always have to suggest, if there's any complications with stuff, check with your healthcare provider. Can colostrum help with depression? Most of us are in search of means to increase the brain's feel-good chemicals, your serotonin and dopamine. Colostrum is a natural and healthy means of balancing the body. This includes your brain, stimulating the brain to release serotonin and dopamine and prolong their reuptake. Colostrum also activates the release of other chemicals in the brain that affect alertness and concentration, because we're healing our gut, right? And I said earlier, once you do that, you start to heal the brain. Does colostrum help with the healing process from cuts, burns, accidents, or post-surgery? Colostrum's immune and growth factors are highly effective agents to help the body with external issues, cuts, burns, abrasions, and surgical wounds. Colostrum also contains epithelial growth factors that stimulates the body's own healing processes. It may be helpful with inflammatory issues. So does colostrum help with gingivitis? Research has shown colostrum may be very beneficial with issues found within the mouth. Application is made by applying colostrum directly to the gum area just before retiring. And this is where I'm going to talk about a little testimony that comes from myself. I was born in the 60s, and back then we used mercury to fill our fillings. And I've had a couple on each side. And so as I've aged, I've found, through a lot of research, it's important to get that out. So last year I went and had one side removed, but I actually had one of my back teeth, one of my molars. I've had a cavity for like 22, 23 years. It's never bothered me, but every time I go to the dentist, he says, you want to take care of that tooth? And I'm like, no, it doesn't bother me. So obviously when I was getting my mercury out, he asked me the question. I was like, okay, just go in there and let's take care of it. And I'm sorry that I did, because after that, I had problems with that tooth. I couldn't eat on that side of my mouth. Now I could really feel like there was a cavity there. The good thing about testimonies and reading up on colostrum is you'll find different things that people have done to help themselves. So I read somewhere where someone had been packing their tooth. And so I started to do that for at least a month. And after about 6 weeks, I had no problem with that tooth. And to this day, I still have no problem with that tooth. And so it just goes to show you, when you're giving your body what it actually needs to heal it, it will do its job. So I just wanted to tell you that if you have any teeth problems, maybe pack your teeth, pack your gums with some colostrum. So how is colostrum helpful against anti-aging? After puberty, our body begins slowing down the production of our body's growth factors. These factors are necessary for the reproduction of virtually all of our body's cellular tissue. It has been shown that by the age 80, we are producing virtually no growth factors. And so we age and then we die. Colostrum's growth factors are the actual all-natural factors that stimulate the normal reproduction of the body's cellular tissue. Normal reproduction means just that, normal, not aged, cancerous, wrinkled, or weakened. The New England Journal of Medicine a few years back stated that the most effective anti-aging process would be simply the replacement of growth factors at a proper levels to slow, possibly stop, and even reverse the aging process. I love that one. So here's a slide that I wanted to show you with the scientific studies that Dr. K and his doctors and scientists that got together found. There was over 700 nutrients in colostrum, all to rebuild, repair, and rejuvenate every system we have in our body. And within those studies, I just wanted you to take a look at what they found. Cardiovascular health, strengthening their immune system, gastrointestinal, healthy blood pressure, liver function, metabolic. This is to help you lose weight, chemical communication. Every organ, every cell in your body communicate. Circulatory system, respiratory, restful sleep, positive mood, because we're working with the gut, kidney function, blood pressure, blood sugar levels, cholesterol, increased energy, neuroprotective benefits, joint mobility. This is one that really helped me. Increased stem cell. We know stem cell is a big word right now with people, and you have it right here in colostrum naturally. Healthy, smoother, softer skin. Your entire skeletal system is affected. This is every bone in your body. Oxidative stress, reducing it. This is critical in prevention of cancer. Skin protection, cognitive and memory. Once again, working on the gut helps the brain and helping us with keeping our muscles youthful. But there were some other studies that they found. Colostrum has over 3,000 peptides, and peptides is another word these days people are taking. And there's a lot of synthetic peptides out there, which I do not recommend. Mitochondria help. This is your energy source of every cell in your body. When mitochondria start to suffocate, bad things happen, like cancer. Supports the vagus nerve, supports thyroid, hormones, helping to balance, once again, coming from the gut. It is a precursor for glutathione. Glutathione is a tripeptide. That is just one peptide out of the 3,000. And I want to read something to you because I found this extremely interesting, how important this one peptide is to our body. Glutathione is the most important antioxidant and is found in every cell in your body, but its highest concentration is in your liver. This is why liver detox is important every day. Your liver has over 500 functions. If something's not functioning properly, it's going to be a domino effect. But something like this peptide can actually help the liver. It helps to mop up heavy metals. It also binds to free radicals and carries them out of the body through detoxing, physical detoxing, being active. There's all kinds of things you can do. And then internal detoxing through the foods we eat, different binders, and making sure that we stay hydrated. Lots of environmental exposures can cause the glutathione to get used up by leading to damaged tissue, leading to inflammation. It also helps DNA protection, mitochondrial, and immune support. It protects against heart disease, cancer, dementia, and other chronic illnesses. That is a lot for one tripeptide, and this is found in your colostrum. So I thought that was very important so you understand when we're talking 3,000 peptides and just one, what it can do for your body. So Dr. K has been backed for 34 years of research, going on 35 years, third-party testing with more than 130 editorials. These are all validated by Dr. Don Leon, Professor Emeritus, I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, from Cornell University, and ranked #1 in the world, winner of the People's Choice Award and Reader's Choice Award multiple times. And all mammals were created by God with the ability to transfer a precious gift to their newborns. It is a superfood. that is engineered so mothers can protect and strengthen their babies. This superfood contains the foundational building blocks of immunity, known as nature's first food. Colostrum impacts our aging processes more than any known substance on the planet. So I want to talk about the 13 systems because not everybody knows what they are. But I want you to think of each one as its own individual engine. And they all thrive on nutrient-rich fuel, what you're feeding your body. If you're not giving it the rich fuel, guess what? These systems are going to suffer for it. What makes the body so amazing is these major systems are more than connected. They are synergistically connected. Each one makes the other more effective and more powerful, but it can also do the opposite. So your immune system defines the entire body, including all of its systems. This is critical. Without your immune system, you die. So it is imperative that every single day you are supplementing or eating the foods that help you build your immune system. Cardiovascular system circulates the blood around the body via the heart, arteries, and veins, delivering oxygen and nutrients to organs and cells, as well as carrying the waste products away. You have your nervous system, and this collects and processes information from the senses via nerves, and the brain tells the muscles to contract to cause physical action and motion. Digestive system, mechanical and chemical processes provide nutrients via the mouth, esophagus, stomach, and intestines. We have our respiratory. This is your lungs and trachea that bring oxygen into the body. Your reproductive system includes the sex organs, essential for production of offspring. Your integumentary system, this consists of your skin, hair, nails, sweat, and other exocrine glands. Your skeletal system, bones that support the body and all your organs. Endocrine system provides chemical communication within the body using hormones. Your muscular system enables the body to move. Your lymphatic system, this would be number 2 on my list. Immune system's number 1, lymphatic system number 2, supplies and drains lymph fluid in support of cardiovascular, but it affects your immune system. Urinary system, this includes the kidneys, which are responsible for filtering blood, and your excretory system, this is what you eliminate the waste from your body. So those are your 13 systems. And once again, as the body works synergistically together, you have some of these that are interconnective, but they all work together. So you want to give them everything that they need, the nutrients that we need. And there's nothing more biologically compatible, anything on the planet that you can take, like colostrum, that will affect every 13 systems in the body. Everything that colostrum has can benefit these systems. So I want to talk about the difference, because clearly if you've been on the internet or searching colostrum, it's everywhere right now. And it's kind of like the fad, but really it's not a fad. Colostrum's been around since the dawn of time, and every mammal produces colostrum for their offspring. So it's just we don't talk about it in our healthcare system. But I want you to see the difference. In one, you're going to see the colostrum is going to be this nice pillowy powder, but when it's in water or coffee or smoothies, it will clump together. And that is the natural fat content that is present. If you get a colostrum and you can stir it with a spoon, I go ahead and throw it in the trash now, because they've already removed some of the most important parts, including the fat that has the nutrients. Your pure colostrum has no milk. It's truly just colostrum. Others will contain milk. Unadulterated, meaning no additives, fillers, nothing has been removed or added to pure colostrum. Anovite does not do any of this. You will see some that will have strawberry flavor, chocolate flavor. Right there is your indication that that is not colostrum, and they've actually added things to it. They have changed it. True colostrum is 100% stable. You can put it in hot or cold. Others, it will damage if it's in hot liquids. Frothing is needed because of that fat content. So you will need to stir it. Once again, if you can stir it with a spoon, it's not true colostrum. True colostrum has over 700 nutrients. When you remove the fat, like most of them do, that's 70% of the nutrients. So you're getting half or less of the nutrients. 100% pure colostrum is grass-fed, all natural certified, 100% pure whole food. Other companies, you can't say that. A lot of it, you don't even know actually anything about the bovine cow. After the calves receive their 2 quarts, the 6-hour collection period ensures 100%. This is where Dr. K has perfected. He has spent 35 years making sure he knew the sweet point. Others, they'll go 24 to 72 hours collecting. And we know after 8 hours, it's already transitioned into milk. Backed by actually almost 35 years, family-owned production. They are sold worldwide. He is known throughout the world, as I mentioned earlier. And then other companies are just using marketing companies to market through different distribution channels. Every batch is third-party tested for purity and efficiency. Not only does he have a company do that, but Dr. K also makes sure and tests when it comes to his facility. Other companies you usually won't see. Some may say third-party testing, but at least with Anovite, we'll tell you exactly who's doing it. You'll get all the information that you need. And there's no high cost to natural colostrum because it's concentrated. So you don't need to take as much. Some other companies, you have to take quite a bit. And once again, if it's not true colostrum, you're really not receiving too many benefits. All right, that is the end of my presentation today. I am going to turn it back over to Landy, and she is going to talk about a few other things, and she's going to start out with a wonderful testimony.
Awesome.
Landy?
Thank you. I just want to say thank you so much, Wendy. You are such an amazing presenter and so much knowledge. Guys, we're recording this call so you can share it with others. Also, I've been following your chat here and your questions. We will either get Dr. Ivy answering those next week, or we have Dr. Kleinsmith, who's going to be on September the 16th. So we'll be jotted down some of the things that you guys are interested in learning more about and diving in with colostrum. So remember now, put in the chat who invited you. I already have the wheel of names pulled up. We're going to real quick not go live. I'm going to share my screen and pick a winner right here on this Zoom because Facebook wouldn't let me go live. So, all right, next up we have the amazing Michelle Marie. I've known Michelle now 8-9 years. She, Kaylee, Dr. Ivy, all of us, we go way back. And she's just an amazing mom. She's a servant leader. She is a, I forget the new ranks now, Sapphire director here with us on our colostrum team. And if you're not following her journey on Facebook, follow her. She tells her story about her son Jaden, who was born 100% normal and then was injured with some medical procedures and pharmaceuticals. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Michelle now. And let me ask you to unmute, Michelle, and I'll let you share a little bit about this. Okay, there you go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Lindy, for that intro. And Wendy, you crushed that training. Such amazing info. I am going to talk about my son, Jaden, briefly, who is chronologically 10 years old. Developmentally, he is of an 18-month-old. As Landy mentioned, he was born healthy and had a severe reaction to pharmaceuticals. He cannot genetically metabolize over 90% of pharmaceuticals, which is kind of crazy because we didn't find out until later. And what's crazy about that is that it's not just pharmaceuticals. His body works the same with supplements. So, a lot of times people will just take magnesium, if they want to help fall asleep. Well, with Jaden, it will cause him to be wired for days and trigger seizures. So how his body metabolizes pharmaceuticals is the same way with supplements. Now, over 7 years ago, I started using Colostrum, and it wasn't until a little over 2 years ago that we stumbled upon Anovite's Colostrum. And for the first 5 years of trying other brands, nothing worked. Nothing. I've wasted so much money. And literally the day that we started this Colostrum, it was in June of 2024. Um, Usually with Jaden, when he gets in the car, it doesn't matter if he eats right before or doesn't eat or is sitting in the middle of the seat, projectile vomits like every car ride, to where I have to tarp him and tarp myself. I sit in the back next to him. Literally the day that we started him on this colostrum, there was no motion sickness, no vomiting, no aspirating, no triggered seizures in the car ride. And it has been 2 years, literally, to where he has not experienced any of that. That was literally the day that I said, you know what, this is really going to work for him. I just knew that it was going to help him, because his whole life, ever since, his gut was affected by the pharmaceuticals, he would get extremely sick being in the car at any given time. The other thing that has been huge for him is that, after the pharmaceuticals, his body was not absorbing nutrients. He lost a lot of weight. He was very sick. He had really bad reflux. He was not able to, have dairy, even like grass-fed butter or, raw milk. Chicken eggs were some of the foods that he was not able to eat at all. He would get very, very sick. And now, thanks to this colostrum, he's able to absorb nutrients. He's gained weight, which has been amazing because he has been severely underweight since he was in the hospital in 2018. All his blood work and everything is perfect. And, he has better sleep patterns. He's more focused. He's making new sounds. As a quadriplegic, he didn't really have much hand movement, purposeful movement. And since taking this colostrum, he's had more purposeful movement. So just all around, this colostrum has really been life-changing for my son and my own health, but really for him, it's been huge. And I just, we'll never go a day without it. The fact that he can actually eat foods that he was never able to eat before is a sign that his gut is repairing. Thank you,
Wow.
Landy.
Thank you so
That's
much, Michelle.
wonderful.
I always love hearing Jaden's story and just hearing how this superfood has helped so many people. Kaylee shared last week how she can now enjoy ice cream and butter and cheese again. And I shared how I can eat popcorn again without being doubled over in pain. So I just love what this amazing food is doing for so many people. All glory to God. He's the one that created it and made it. So all glory to him, right? Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next slide. We're going to wrap up this call, you guys. We thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm going to do a screen share when I'm done with these and pick a winner for the $153 bag of colostrum. Next week, we have the one and only Dr. Ivy Pruse. She's a double board certified naturopathic doctor. She specializes in epigenetics and I don't even know, y'all. She's got all these specialties that she does. But she's going to be on next week, same time, same place, you guys. I'm going to try to go live. I'm going to try to figure out the issue going live and get us live. So be here. Mark your calendars now. Invite people. We're going to give away a product next week. I don't know what it is yet. So just go ahead and mark that down now. And then the following week, we have Wendy back here doing Colostrum 101 again. So mark your calendars for that week. That's going to be September 9th. And we're going to have her back on here again. And then the next week, we have our one and only Q&A with Dr. K. And yes, I'm a poet, and I did not know it. He's going to be talking about the parameters of real colostrum, what makes real colostrum. I jotted down also some of the questions you guys had tonight. I'm going to come at him with some questions next week. So if y'all have anything, if you have anybody ask you a question, if you have anybody that wants to know something, we are going to have the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only Dr. K on with us next week. So, okay, I think is that it for the slides?
Yes, ma'am, that's it.
If you will stop sharing, I will share the wheel of names. We're going to pick a winner and wrap this thing up. You guys are awesome. Okay, yeah, stop share. Hi, everybody. Okay, here we go. Whoops, hold on. Share my screen. And we are going to share. And y'all let me know. Can y'all see the wheel of names here? Can everybody see my screen?
No.
Yeah.
You can't see my screen? Yes, somebody? Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Okay,
Yes.
Anthony. Anthony sees it. He's got his Christmas background. I love it. Okay, guys, let's go over these names real quick before I pull the trigger on this. Karen G, Cassandra G, Freya, Anthony P, Jacqueline Lyons, Pamela O, Julie Swafford, Kim T, Tiffany S, Monique M, Arouge M Williamson, Chad. I think that's I don't know who those. Y'all know who y'all are, okay? Chad, Gail, and she had a hyphenated name, and then Allison and G. Okay, and Debbie, Allison G and Debbie. Okay, those are all the ones. Is anybody else before I do this? I think did I get everybody that was invited to this call and commented who invited them?
Is Debbie missing? Tamara said Debbie might be missing.
I've got Debbie at the very bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, can y'all see my screen? She's on here right here. See it?
Oh, it's just really little for me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, y'all.
Tiffany said she wasn't added either.
Tiffany S is right there. I just went over all the
Tiffany
names.
C.
Tiffany C.
Yes.
Okay, so try to get
Debbie
everybody
Hurt
commented
is
who
on.
invited.
Debbie Hurt is on and missing.
I see it,
Tamara,
Debbie.
Tamara Carroll said that. I don't know. I don't know
I
these
have
people,
Debbie. Is there more than one Debbie? Hello? Eddie, where'd you go? Is
I'm
there more
here.
than one
No,
Debbie?
she was on as D Hurt, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so Debbie H then. Okay, she's on there. Okay, guys, here
Okay.
we go. Let's pick a winner. Clicking the wheel. Colostrum 6 powder retails for $153. And we have M. Williamson is our winner. Woo! Okay, let me stop my share and come back. Congratulations to M. Williamson. I'm not sure who that is, but can you please comment? I hope you're still on here. Does somebody know who M. Williamson is and who invited him?
No.
Monique. Oh, y'all. I hope I didn't put something down wrong.
I don't know who Williamson is, but I'll take it.
Who
I'm
was
gonna
that
check.
commented?
Linda can't tell me.
Oh,
I came in late.
I wonder if that was supposed to be the Monique. Is there even a M. Williamson on the call? Of course, that would be the person that wins. I don't know why I typed it in there if it wasn't. I just have M. Williamson.
I saw something with M. Williamson in the chat. I'm trying to find it.
Okay. I saw something because I typed it in there. So I was just
Might be off already.
Let me stop recording real quick.